have made a movie with a lot of Latinos, with a lot of Latino actors, and that showcases us in a way that feels sort of natural, and then we just show them as who they are, and it's getting released on a big platform like Hulu, so it's really cool. It's really exciting.
Thank you so much for your time. Pleasure to meet you. And I love a lot of your work, especially Vampires and Bronx.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
that.
you.
And I also love Miguel Wants to Fight. And let's start from the beginning. Like, what attracted you to the script from Shia and Jason?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that attracted me was the name, Miguel Wants to Fight. So I knew that there was a Miguel, that there was a Latino character in it, and that was really exciting. So then I started reading it, and I saw that this kid loves action movies but has never been in a fight. And who else has had that similar experience? Myself. I've never been in a fight, and I love action movies. And I really like the message of the movie. So, all those things got me really excited, and the action scenes too. So it was very easy to say yes to this project.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I really enjoy watching.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, I can see that you have some influences on the movie.
Yeah.
Remind me a lot of Scott Pilgrim from Edgar Wright, and also reminds me a little bit of Polite Society that you have this year.
Oh yeah, I just saw that
some
recently.
Of the fight scenes.
Yeah.
What was like the another influence that you have for this movie?
It was really fun. It was really fun to use the excuse of this movie to watch so many action movies. And I just really wanted to reflect, Enter the Dragon was 50 years ago, and I wanted to reflect all the way from that to now as much of what is happening in that world, and also kind of like Polite Society, show it through a character that you haven't seen it before. In my case, a Latino kid named Miguel in Syracuse. So that was really excited to sort of use all those influences and channel it through this kid.
Yeah, to find the perfect Miguel. How was that process? Actually, the whole cast is amazing. Raúl, Andrea, and but Miguel, he's the one that carries the movie. How was the process to find him, to find the perfect one, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, it was challenging because we were still very much in pandemic world. So we had to do the casting through Zoom, which is sometimes difficult because, there's a separation there. And when Tyler auditioned, it was really interesting because he brought a different version to Miguel, and it's a Miguel that has confidence to him. He doesn't want to fight, but he's okay with that, and he feels confident in not fighting. So I really like what Tyler brought to the character, and it was a really challenging role. I really appreciate the work he did because, I was like, you have all these lines you have to do, but you also have to get ready for this action. So he had to train for a month and a half and do a lot of stretching, so it was a very challenging role for him.
Yes, and to pick Raúl and Andrea to play the parents, I love them. I love their work as well. How was to create this dynamic, this family dynamic with Tyler?
It was really cool. I mean, we didn't have a lot of time to shoot, so everything had to be done a little faster, but we had a lot of conversations, and we really wanted to sort of showcase a Latino family that was loving, that was together, and that the parents loved their son Miguel for who he is, and they accept him from who he is and want him to be that way. And I thought that was really special. I got very lucky that these actors said yes. And Dascha Polanco was a person that I texted, and I said, "Can you please do this movie in 2 days?" And she said, "Okay." So it's very exciting to get this big group of Latino characters that can play all kinds. There's good, and the bully's Latino too. So we show different versions of Latinidad.
Yeah, I also love it that the friends, they are very diverse, a different, diverse, let's say the minorities, which I don't think we are minorities. We're the best ones in the world.
Sure,
so I love the dynamic as well. So let's talk a little bit about the challenges. What was your biggest challenge to bring this movie together?
The in the movie, Miguel has these visions or these dream sequences where he sees himself as these heroes like Bruce Lee and Neo in the Matrix. So those were the biggest challenges, to do those action scenes and to do them well. And that's something I didn't have a lot of experience with, because I came from Saturday Night Live, so I feel very comfortable with the humor. But that's something that we worked really hard on getting it right. So we went to the park and we started doing rough versions of the fight. That way we could experiment. And then we put all that together and we had like a plan to go shoot. So that was definitely the most technically challenging, the fights for myself and the actors, of course.
Yeah, I love those scenes, especially the one like the Bruce Lee ones, and he's wearing those kind of Tarantino the suits. I love that. The music also plays a really beautiful part on the movie. How was like the process to pick the right ones, and what was like the inspiration to use those Latinos vibes? I don't know, Latinos tones.
Yeah. I mean, it was I worked with one of my best friends. I've known him since 5th grade. He did the music. He was a composer. And we're both from the Dominican Republic, from the Caribbean. So we wanted to bring that influence somehow. So I remember the first conversation I had with him, it was like, I don't know how, but I want some Caribbean reggaeton vibes meets action movies. So let's see how we're going to do that. So it was something that we were excited about from the beginning. And, the kid, I'm from the Dominican Republic. He's half Puerto Rican. So we wanted to get reggaeton in there because it's what the kids are listening to. So it felt like the right thing to do.
Yes, you're a Latino. You've been working this industry for quite some time. Amazing projects, amazing series, amazing movies. So how much did it change since you started from now for Latinos?
I think a lot, because I didn't see these kind of movies when I started. So now it's really cool to have made a movie with a lot of Latinos, with a lot of Latino actors, and that showcases us in a way that feels sort of natural, and we just show them as who they are, and it's getting released on a big platform like Hulu. So it's really cool. It's really exciting to be part of this wave of Latino stories, and I hope we get so many more going forward.
Yes, I think this is a good week. It's been like these past weeks have been good for the Latino. We have this full series. We have like Blue Beetle as well this week. We have Amazon Prime with the series with Justina Machado. We have a lot of like going on with Latinos, which I love it. Also, I want to ask you, next projects, you have anything like on deck that you can talk about for us?
I have a couple things that I can't talk about just yet. And then we're waiting for the strike to be done and for the negotiations to be finished so they can all go back to work. This is the biggest thing I have. Miguel Wants to Fight. Very, very excited for it to be out. It's a 2-year process, so very excited for people to see it. It's a great time.
Yes, it is. And it's already available. It's available today and
right now,
August 16 on Hulu. And if you have to say something for the young kids that want to pursue a career in this business, what advice you'd give to them? Doesn't need to be just this business, any business, any industry. What advice you can give to them?
Well, I barely know enough about filmmaking, so that's the only thing I'll tell them about. But I think it's important to work on your craft as much as possible. Like what I did before starting out was I went out and shot things with my friends, shot a lot of sketches. So I think it's important to, do stuff with your phone and try to go out there and try to learn as much as you can through practice, so that when you do find yourself in that moment of opportunity, you meet a producer or something, that you can then have those like 10,000 hours or like that practice, that knowledge to back you up for that moment. I think just always be creative, maybe, is the short version of it.
It's amazing. Us, I just want to thank you so much for your time. Muchas gracias. Muito obrigada. I'm from Brazil, so.
Obrigado. Não falo português.
But that's okay. Don't worry. We speak Spanish, we speak English.
Obrigado.
Thank you so much for your time and a lot of success always. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.